Hey everybody, how's it going? Mike D with Son of a Witch podcast coming to you really quickly here. I'm going to start doing these microcasts. It's going to be called Son of a Witch Daily. Going to be a daily dose of your witchy tips, motivation, just things to get you through your day, maybe to make you laugh. Going to be some pop culture and entertainment references and information thrown in there. Things going on in the pagan community, lunar cycles, tips, recipes, spells, anything I can fit in to help you with your day to live a more witchy daily life, whether in or out of the closet. That's what this is going to be. I'm going to fit these in within 5 to 10 minutes each day. This one may go a little longer, but we're going to try to keep that from happening. So it's going to be something that you can just say, Alexa, play Son of a Witch podcast. And being that that will be the newest episode available, it'll automatically start playing that. Now, if you ever want to peruse through the catalog, you can go through. These will be marked as microcasts, starting at microcast 1. So anytime you're looking at the episodes, if you see episode, that is a full episode. Microcast, that's one of these. So without further ado, I'm going to get into a little bit really quickly. I did do a daily tarot pull when I started this. Basically, I wanted to go ahead and do for myself and for you listening. And as you know, tarot is something that is kind of interpreted by the reader, by the person having the reading done. And so you're going to have to take this as to what's going on in your own personal life. But basically, it was the Nine of Pentacles in the upright position, which typically means illuminate the present moment or question at hand, kind of shining on what you're trying to figure out. Basically, when it pops up, it's going to talk about a time of joy and abundance. It's classically represented or representative of someone who is elegant and successful and happy and loves to be around beautiful things in nature. They are someone who can tap into the earth and the earth's powers to enhance their own power. And whether it be garden witch, green witch, hedge witch, magic herbalist, it's an earthy, practical person that enjoys nature, makes and keeps a beautiful home, and grows a magical garden. Now, it can also represent sharing magic and the secret of the garden with others. For me, I interpret this as doing what I'm doing. This podcast or the upcoming courses that I'm going to be doing, teaching, sharing what I know with others and helping them grow in the same path that I am on and was on many years ago as well. Also, this card can mean that you're being called to connect to the earth, study its mysteries, and it can represent that financial worries are over. So any words associated with this for like daily affirmations, things like that, happiness, success, confidence, abundance, self-sufficiency. Just know that getting your hands into the soil, if this card truly resonates with you and you do consider yourself like a nature or earth witch, is a way that you can tap into your own inner power. Also, on these microcasts, I'm going to be giving you daily self-care tips because self-care is very important. It ties in with self-love. So when you wake up each day, acknowledge the new day. Take a moment, breathe in the light, stretch in your bed, say a silent thank you. When you walk outside, look up at the sky, look down at the ground, breathe in the air around you, and say a silent thank you. You can drink a charged glass of water. To charge it, you would hold that glass in both your hands and imagine love or white light flowing from your hands into the glass, and then take a drink. That will help you as well. Try to meditate for 10 minutes each day or whenever you can throughout the day. And there is a countdown meditation method that I can teach you. If you aren't aware of it or a way to get into a meditative state quickly, then let me know by reaching out on Instagram at Son of a Witch Pod or on the website www.sonofawitchpod.com, and I can go over some tips on that for you. Basically, there is a way that you can get into an alpha brainwave state, which is where magic happens. It's also where if you relax for more than a few minutes, you're in an alpha brainwave state. It's where we do most of our sleeping. So that will help you meditate and kind of, even though you're aware of your surroundings, still be able to let your body recoup, let your mind and soul just kind of re-energize. So also want to check the moon phases. Being a witch, knowing where the moon phases are, what cycle it's in, things like that, is something that's very beneficial to our magic and to ourselves. So it just makes sense to know where those are. And you can get apps that'll like tell you down to the minute. You can do Llewellyn's 2020 or 2021 coming up, Magical Almanac, different things like that. But when you do see the moon, acknowledge her, thank her for her energy and her power and her light that she gives us. So, all right, so that's basically it for daily self-care. As far as daily witch tips, I've got a spell that I'm going to give you in just a second. But I did mention, if anyone listens to the show on a regular basis, if this isn't your first time, I'm a bit of a comic book geek. I love movies, sci-fi, Star Wars, things like that. I am a kid of the 80s, so Gremlins is one of the movies that I grew up with, Gremlins 1 and 2. And when I heard that Christopher Columbus, who directed that was kind of his first big movie, was talking about doing a Gremlins 3, I had to check it out. So basically what he said, he's 62 now. He's done Harry Potter, he's done Sorcerer's Stone, he's done Home Alone, he's done lots of big movies. But he said that he'd love to do it, that he's written a script, that there is an existing script, but they're working out some rights issues right now, and they're just trying to figure out the best time to make the film. So more or less sounds like they're trying to nail down a contract that makes everybody happy. So there's that. But we could have a Gremlins 3, and he did say that he would not use CGI, that he would use the original puppeting techniques, kind of like Sesame Street Workshop and Jim Henson and things like that, to make it look a little more realistic and like it did in the originals. So that's awesome. In celebrity news, we've got Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan from Saturday Night Live, also the last OG. He showed up at the Mott Haven Community Center in the Bronx on Tuesday and lent a helping hand, giving away 1,200 turkeys by the Greater New York Automobile Dealers Association. So apparently there was a long line of people. They gave out a lot of turkeys. And he even stopped in a couple places after that event and gave it some more. So sounds like Tracy Morgan post Walmart settlement is being very generous, which is kind of cool to hear. So in weird news, there was a monolith found in the middle of freaking nowhere in the Utah desert. Basically, they were helicoptering, some government officials were, and they were looking to count how many bighorn sheep there were. And they saw this giant metal monolith, and I've seen a picture of this thing. It looks stainless steel, like almost surgically made. And they say that it's about 10 to 12 feet tall. It's been what they call installed in the red rock ground, almost like it's been planted there. They don't know who put it there. They don't have any clues. They haven't figured it out. They have suspected that it was some sort of art demonstration by an artist. They did comment that the artist would have been in trouble because it is illegal to do that. But it's kind of in this little natural alcove on this rock face. And it looks weird. I mean, it's really cool. So definitely check that out. That's a monolith in the Utah desert. And then also, last but not least, I'm going to give you a real quick holiday travel spell. I know that some places are locked down, some places are not though. So as long as you wear a mask, you social distance, you wash your hands, sanitize often, and are very safe, then you may be doing some traveling during the holidays or Sabbats. If you do, this is a bit of a type of amulet almost, or an amulet pouch that you can make to take with you to help with that. I'm not going to go over the complete lunar cycle because this is already about to cross over 10 minutes, but I will say that on my weekly shows on Son of a Witch podcast, which is available everywhere podcasts are heard, you can hear a lunar forecast that will go from Friday to the following Thursday. That will give you moon phases, cycles, when it's entering this, when it's entering that, and kind of give you a color and incense of the day. So this one does the same thing. It's from our friends at Llewellyns.com, and the color of the day is scarlet, and incense of the day is geranium. So You're going to want to get an amethyst, some rosemary, a dollar coin, and a small black bag. You're going to bless and consecrate all those supplies and speak the following as you drop each item into the bag. Amethyst for protection and clarity, rosemary for protection and love, a coin for protection and prosperity. I am blessed in my travels, so mote it be. Carry the bag with you when you travel. Keep it on the altar when you're at home. And you'll want to boost the spell on the night before your journey by holding it in your hand and repeating, I am blessed in my travels, so mote it be. So, there you have it, everybody. That is your Tuesday, November 24th, 2020, Son of a Witch Daily. Tune in tomorrow for your I'm all screwed up on the days, for your Wednesday, the 25th, Son of a Witch Daily Dose. And that is going to give you some more tips and fun things to help get your day going. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to catch the show this week, dropping Friday. That is episode 15, and that is going to be about modern day necromancy. More or less the modern day ways that witches can communicate and work with the spirit world to gain assistance in their daily spells and workings. So that is going to be a really fun conversation. Lots of people have certain thoughts when the word necromancy is used, and we're going to find out if you have the right idea or not. So don't forget about that. That will be dropping by 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Stay witchy.